Welcome to Howard's Opinion, the podcast where we dive into the world of sports and give you my unfiltered take on the latest news and stories. I'm your host, Howard, and I'm excited to share today's topic with you. We're coming off a thrilling weekend in the NFL, with the conference championships deciding which teams will head to the Super Bowl. But one story that caught my eye was the Los Angeles Rams' heartbreaking loss to the Seattle Seahawks. The Rams were led by their veteran quarterback Matthew Stafford, who had an incredible game but ultimately came up short. Stafford's legacy has been a topic of discussion among football fans and pundits alike. With only one Super Bowl win under his belt, some are questioning whether he'll be remembered as one of the all-time greats. I think it's unfair to judge him solely on his championship wins, considering the talent and dedication he's shown throughout his career. The article I read highlighted Stafford's unique situation, playing for a team that hasn't always been a powerhouse, unlike some of his contemporaries like Tom Brady. It's true that Stafford has had to work harder to achieve success, and his one Super Bowl win is still an impressive feat. But will it be enough to cement his place in the Hall of Fame? As we look ahead to next season, there are rumors swirling about Stafford's future with the Rams. Will he return for another year, or will this be the end of an era? The NFC West is getting increasingly competitive, and it's uncertain whether the Rams can make another deep playoff run. Stafford's story is a reminder that legacy is a complex and multifaceted concept in sports. It's not just about winning championships. It's about the journey, the struggles, and the perseverance. As we continue to follow Stafford's career, we'll be keeping an eye on how his legacy unfolds. We'll be right back with more fascinating sports news on Howard's Opinion. Welcome back to Howard's Opinion, folks. We're diving into the world of NFL conspiracy theories and draft preparations. You know, it's that time of the year when fans start to get creative with their predictions and accusations. I'm talking about the infamous script meme, where some believe the NFL is rigged and dropping subtle hints about the outcomes. Now, a recent illustration posted by the league before the season began has gone viral, showing QBs Sam Darnold and Drake May front and center, staring down the Lombardi Trophy. And guess what? Their teams, the Seattle Seahawks and New England Patriots, are facing off in Super Bowl LX. The odds of correctly guessing those teams are a mere 0.39%, so you can see why some folks are raising an eyebrow. But let's get real here. The NFL has been joking about these script theories for years, even running an ad in 2023 where players did a table read of the next season. And yet, despite the league's efforts to poke fun at these conspiracy theorists, the idea just won't die. I mean, people were convinced the NFL was rigging results for the Kansas City Chiefs because Taylor Swift was dating Travis Kelce. Come on, folks. And if you look closely at that illustration, you'll see other players like Tampa Bay's Baker Mayfield and New York's Malik Neighbors are just as close to the trophy, but their teams didn't even make the playoffs. So, no, that image is not evidence of a rigged league. On a more serious note, this week is all about the 2026 Senior Bowl, where top draft prospects will practice against each other and play in an exhibition game. NFL teams will get to see them in action and conduct interviews, which can make or break a player's chances of getting drafted. The schedule is set, with practices on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and the game airing on NFL Network on Saturday. So, if you're an NFL fan looking for some real insight into the upcoming draft, tune in to the Senior Bowl coverage. And if you're still clinging to those conspiracy theories, well, I've got news for you. The NFL is not rigged, folks. Speaking of coaching vacancies, welcome back to the show, folks. We've got a couple of intriguing stories to dive into as we wrap up today's episode of Howard's Opinion. First off, let's talk about Sean McDermott's predecessor in Buffalo. Former Bills head coach Sean McDermott is taking a break from the NFL coaching scene. According to reports from reputable sources like ESPN and NFL Network, McDermott has decided not to pursue any of the current head coaching openings around the league, opting instead to take a year off before potentially re-entering the coaching cycle. Now, this might come as a surprise to some, given McDermott's impressive track record in Buffalo. He led the Bills to 8 playoff appearances in 9 seasons, including 7 consecutive postseason berths. However, despite his regular season success, McDermott was unable to guide the team to a Super Bowl appearance during his tenure. It's worth noting that McDermott still has 2 years remaining on his contract with the Bills, which is reportedly worth around $8 million per season. So, it's not like he's hurting for cash. In other coaching news, recently retired Indianapolis Colts quarterback Philip Rivers has withdrawn from consideration for the Buffalo Bills head coaching vacancy. Rivers, who interviewed for the position last week, has decided to focus on his current role as the head coach of St. Michael Catholic High School in Fairhope, Alabama. It's understandable, given that one of his sons is a rising senior on the team and another son will be an incoming freshman. Rivers' decision to withdraw from the Bills' coaching search might be a blessing in disguise for the team. While he's undoubtedly a legendary quarterback with a wealth of knowledge, his lack of coaching experience at the professional level could have made for a rocky transition. That being said, Rivers is widely regarded as one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history, and his eventual entry into the coaching ranks will be highly anticipated. As we close out today's show, it's clear that the NFL coaching landscape is always evolving. From McDermott's decision to take a break to Rivers' withdrawal from the Bills' coaching search, there are plenty of storylines to keep an eye on in the coming weeks and months. That's all for today's Howard's Opinion. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, keep your head in the game.